Hi guys, good afternoon. 6th of March 2019. Just a minute past 2 CET time. New York session is open right now. Hopefully, you are all doing good. I got some kind of the flu. Sorry, not feeling the. It's not. I'm not feeling great. But anyway, let's start with risk warning. Please bear in mind that trading FX on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all your initial investment, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. All right. So where we are, guys. As I mentioned during our morning meeting, that I'm sorry. The calendar was empty, right? So we were trying to consolidate Tokyo session, especially on the pound side. We were trying to consolidate Australian dollar after the Tokyo session, miss in the GDP number, and yeah, we saw the weakness on Aussie dollar. So what's ahead with the next 12 minutes? With the next 12 minutes, we are going to get ADP number, all right? And that might be the driver, to be honest with you. That might be the driver, but especially for euro dollar, because of the ECB tomorrow, I don't expect big fireworks. Eventually, CAD or dollar yen. The yen took the advantage of the upcoming end of the Japanese fiscal year, right? 31st of March. And we were discussing dollar yen yesterday, and the failure after the ISM data over here, right? Shame that they didn't try to move higher towards 25. That would be a bit better selling opportunity. But anyway, yesterday moved below the Friday high. That was the possibility to try to short it based on the intraday chart. The thing is that very close was the weekly open. This week range, it's very narrow right now. What we discussed earlier today, it was this nice looking bottom, and I do expect, because it looks really nice, I do expect at least some stop hunting, if not the breakdown at all. So the scenario we discussed earlier today during the morning session, still valid, right? The same to the upside. It might be either 12.10 as possible intraday supply, or yesterday we took out the Friday high, and today we may try to take out yesterday high and finally hit 25.55 selling zone. Overall, from the FX perspective, I would be very careful with ADP unless we are gonna to get either very strong or very disappointing number. I would say from the FX perspective, the Friday, especially the earnings side, that's where the always devil is in details. That's what the people should look at, right, to check what is going on there, right, from the currency perspective. Anyway, yeah, as I mentioned, anyway, at ADP, it might be the New York session driver today. Another possible driver, but later today at 4 CET, it might be the Bank of Canada rate decision. So Bank of Canada and options markets showing around 70 pips. So means that based on what options traders think, we are going to see up move or down move by 70 pips. And I've been trying to check what does it mean from the intraday perspective on the chart before our meeting. And 70 pips to the upside from, let's say, current level a little bit lower. That's 34.40, and 34.40 I'm gonna to show you on the daily chart in a second. That's quite nice possible supply. On the other hand, 70 pips to the downside, all right, 70 pips to the downside, that this consolidation, New York consolidation during the Monday session, yeah, we'll see. We are going to get back to Canadian dollar in the second part of our today's meeting. Right now we are awaiting non-farm ADP. I'm sorry, we are awaiting ADP. We are going to see if there are gonna be some market moves around that risk event. If not, I'm gonna show you again few things which are related to what we were discussing yesterday. What particular color, for example, what particular colors means on my chart. I'm sorry, and yeah, depends on what's going to happen after the ADP. Then we are going to have a break around 40-45. We are going to wait to the top of the hour during the second part of our meeting. Of course, we are going to discuss some Canadian crosses. We are going to have a look on the Nasdaq. And then after the New York cash open, again 40-45, another break, and then third part, summary of the first part of the New York session. Okay, so I'm gonna to watch three majors: euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen. All right, euro dollar, we saw attempt to get back above Monday low. Why it's important? Because we discussed it yesterday. If we are gonna to go and break through Monday low, especially if we are gonna to hold, there is a possibility of continuation on to the downside on euro dollar. And we broke through, retest, continuation, and there was a small rally back into this low, Monday's low at the end of the New York session. Then Tokyo, another attempt, retest the low, but the thing is, I know it looks like, almost looks like double bottom, but that's, I think we are not done here to the downside. All right, so again, after retest of this yesterday low, we saw the rally back. We took out Tokyo high, some intraday stop hunting. I've been trying to sell euro dollar around here, but because nothing has happened since then, I close the position. We'll see. Still think that at least 1275, 1265, if not 40 at all. possible during the New York session, and then depends on the price action around the fix and end of the New York session. I wonder how it's going to be tomorrow during the ECB day, right? If we are going to see, let's say, strong sell-off today on euro dollar, it might be some kind of the manipulation ahead of European Central Bank rate decision tomorrow, but we are going to try to discuss it. On the other hand, if we are going to be able to get back above, let's say, 10.15 on the, let's say, on the hourly basis, then we may look for intraday longs towards yesterday high, I mean towards 13.45. All right, so yeah, that's quite important where we are right now. Pound testing, yeah, it was a mover yesterday. Pound is testing right now this Tokyo sell-off, right? Sell, consolidation, continuation. All right. The strange thing is, yeah, I've been looking at least that we are gonna. I was looking for a retest of this 131. Didn't happen yet. So yeah, taking into consideration yesterday high and yesterday low, right? So we are. That's the range I'm looking at. So either. One second, I'm gonna explain you. Okay. Either the conservative approach is to wait either for 32 or yesterday low 31. Otherwise, the more aggressive approach could be trying to trade the breakdown from this triangle, and we are going to switch to the lower time frame. All right, we'll see. So we have 2 minutes, so let's wait. And dollar yen, the same scenario we discussed this morning, so no change here. So let's wait for this ADP number. It's like a little bit more than 1 minute.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
So it's a little bit weaker than what market expected. There you go. 183 versus 189, and prior was 213. So we have attempt to break higher euro dollar. Same story here on pound dollar. We'll see. So we took out today's high, and yeah, strange thing on dollar yen for now. Overall, the important thing where we are gonna to end up at the top of the hour. But once we are gonna to take out this high, we may see run higher towards 67 and the high of the day as well. So yeah, let's have a look if there is a possibility to somehow join that move. Stop will be quite wide. Okay, we'll see. So that's gonna be very aggressive approach. Just a reminder, because it's our very early days. We didn't have a time and chance to discuss my risk approach. So whatever scenario I'm gonna to trade, just use demo account. Eventually use paper trading. I can't imagine that you are gonna to trade what I'm trading, right? Basically, as I've mentioned yesterday, next week, maybe within 2 weeks, we are going to have the meeting where I'm gonna to discuss my risk approach. Not necessarily it has to suit you best, but that's how I see the things. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm using very small risk in between 0.1 to 0.5. But on the other hand, that's what I've mentioned yesterday as well, right? It's easier for me with my approach to the market. Either I'm right here or I'm totally wrong. I'm trying to trade with tight stops. But for example, yesterday I've been trying to trade pound to the upside. Few different ways. I've been trying to make the long based on the intraday approach. I've been trying to long pound based on the swing trading, and I failed yesterday, and yeah, pound hit me yesterday. Anyway, so there was attempt to break higher, and we are trying to start to draw upper shadows. Well, we'll see. So from the bulls perspective here on the pound, we don't want to see move back to the triangle and That's why I'm giving them some time. We didn't on this 5-minute chart, we didn't close above this upper shadow we have before the announcement. That's quite nice possible swing over here, very aggressive approach. Might be considered, but maybe a little bit too early. I do prefer to get back into the triangle and then we'll see. So we have, for now, yeah, we have a failure here. We're trying to break higher and we failed here. For now, let's give them some time, especially especially here on the pound. Yeah, but if they fail here, that will open the way. Okay, so yes, right now looks like we may try to use that opportunity. Max, that's gonna be around 10. So if we are gonna to see, yeah, retest, then we'll try to jump in. There is a trade balance at 230, both Canadian and US. Expectation for the US trade balance are, yeah, looks like much weaker than the previous one. So let's wait with this pound trade for the trade balance. Yeah, looks like we may see another failure on euro dollar as well, but let's wait for US number. It's still like a little bit more than 5 minutes. Yes, no, it's here. It's quite nice swing possible. Let's have a look if we can check out the low here and close below. Just a reminder, the low here, right, of this rising candle is the new 15-minute candle entry, right? Candle open. And if we are gonna to close below, that might be some kind of the confirmation of this hidden supply here. Okay, yeah, looks like we're trying. Looks like big failure here on euro, so eventually retest after the trade balance and move lower, trying to, so means that we took out stops here at the top of that range, late New York, Tokyo, Europe, and we may try to take out the stops to the downside, right? On the pound, they don't want to wait for us. Holy Malone. Yeah, I'm trying to be too conservative here. Less than 3 minutes. We'll see if we are gonna to have any kind of the reaction. Dollar yen trying to get back above the weekly open, but right now rejected that move. Bears rejected that move. Okay, we have 30 seconds. Yeah, market is trying to recover into the number. We'll see. Bulls are trying. It's even weaker. So looks like bulls on euro dollar and on the pound trying to get back into the game. Let's give them some time. The important thing is gonna be where we are at the top of the hour, right? So within the next 5-10 minutes we are gonna have a break, and we will wait for the early close. In the meantime, let's have a look. They trying. Looks. That's better. Okay. Yeah, they are unable to move higher unless there was again some. Yeah, that's the ECB coming into play, not US data. There you go. So if we are gonna to make that move today, so a lot of things are gonna be priced in ahead of the European Central Bank. So yeah, especially tomorrow. We don't have a meeting tomorrow, so you have to be very careful. So what we have on euro dollar, that's very interesting. We took out late New York high, we took out Tokyo high, we took out European high. At the same time, a few minutes later, we took out yesterday low, we took out Tokyo low. Nice and sweet. And we are still in the middle of the range. So, yeah, some folks earned money. Market makers earn money. Okay. But that's interesting how euro is behaving. So is it the low of the day? But we should get back and retest 1290 in that case eventually. Okay, so first 35 minutes of the New York session is much more interested than the half of the European session, right? Okay, so what is important is this news-driven, ECB news-driven move to the downside. Yeah, I'm very interested what we are going to see. It might be some kind of the manipulation point in case we are going to break through that level. Then we may treat it as a manipulation point. We have new low on the Euro Yen as well. Euro Yen is approaching nice possible demand zone. We are testing this during the Tokyo again right now. Pound is much weaker. We had yesterday some meetings in Brussels, tough negotiations, and they are trying to continue today as well. They're trying. So we were not able to close above this upper shadow around 60, all right? Bulls were crashed down towards this triangle bottom, but it's time to break either to the upside or to the downside. Not much space left. So that's what I'm gonna to watch to the upside, and that's what I'm gonna to watch to the downside. At least for now. In the meantime, dollar yen, hard time around weekly open. All right, guys. As long as we are not able, or at least as long as I'm not able to move the market, I'm gonna give them the time to figure it what they want, to figure it out what they want. In the meantime, first 40 minutes of our today's meeting gone means that our first part is coming to the end, so it's time for a break. Tea, water, non-alcoholic drinks, at least for now. It's just 2:40 CET time. Anyway, we have a break. Charts are gonna be visible, and my voice is back at the around top of the hour. Hi guys, after the break, second part of our today's meeting. Pound is trying to break lower, actually is breaking right now. Watching this pound yen here, and yeah, I like what I see here. Especially the bottom. We'll see if we are gonna be able to break it through. That may open the way towards next zone, towards 45.80. All right, and we are talking about this low over here. Okay, so watching for now pound yen. Yeah, any kind of the attempt to break higher through 47 with very tight stop just above 20, and targeting 45.80, 45, that's the figure against 20 pips risk. Yeah, I like it. We'll see. Yeah, it's getting tighter and tighter, more narrow here on pound. Plenty of lower shadow here on hourly. I wonder if it's gonna stay as it is right now. I think we are gonna to see lower level, at least retest yesterday low. That's yeah, that's how I feel. It's even wider here, and here is okay. That's just stops. And within that whole range, that's the demand. That's the supply. I'm sorry. We may see something like this. Yeah, here. So maybe a little bit higher, maybe towards 47.10, and then a little bit higher in terms of stop. We'll see. Watching for now. Again, sorry, I'm sick a little bit, some kind of the flu. So sorry about that. In the meantime, because later today at 4:30 we are going to have crude oil inventories, EA, and that's how API from yesterday looks like. And it was crude negative. If we are going to find some time, we are going to try to check crude chart is over here. We got the problem on the daily with the highs created around the mid of November. On the other hand, the bulls are looking for inverted head and shoulders here, but we are going to get back into the chart once we have some time. Oh, come on, pound, don't do this to me, no. Hello, 47. Once I'm gonna get 47 or something above 47, that's gonna be the question what next, right? Business as usual. Watching the what's going on euro dollar after that spike down, ECB news related. We are trying to fight again. It's again close to the Monday low. Yeah. Now the question is if we are gonna to just clean some stops above. All right. Wait. Okay. Now got it. If we are gonna clean some stops only, so means that we are gonna do something like this. Similar to what we have seen here. Right. So cleaning the stops, hitting the supply, and then jump. Actually, the risk reward is in favor of the shorts around this level, and actually 3, 4, 2, 1 for a test of this 1290, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna to try to take the risk here. We'll see if we are gonna to retest this zone. I may decide to take that risk. Pound yen. Yeah, we may say that there is a triangle as well, the same as on cable.